Yeah, achievements for Tales of Maj'eyal, 1,746. I have, of which I have 97 of them. Although again, a lot of that is just because I haven't even unlocked most of the harder difficulty settings yet. Oh right, we need to get the music set up too. Do we want to go vaporwave today, or do we want to go? Nah, we'll just go with the good old VG Jazz. If that wants to start up for us, please. There we go. Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Okay. Spieliel, the Ogre Oozemancer. Oh yeah, we barely got this started. So yeah, I do have board game night this evening, so I've got like a couple, probably a good 2.5 hours before I've got to go do that. So what were we doing? We could do spores, we can slime spit, which is our main means of attack. I don't think I'd cleared out this area yet. Yeah, we ran away from here when I realized I couldn't use my runes. So yeah, I think the last time I played an Oozemancer, I got both of these. I think I went Cornac Oozemancer, and I unlocked both of these two with my first 2 category points, just for the synergy. It didn't work out very well. I don't even know what this one does. Deals damage. More damage to undead and constructs. Actually, I'm actually reading chat now. Castle of Illusion did get a pretty good remake, only it wasn't like in the style of the Dragon's Trap remake. Like, it wasn't just a new 3D graphics and a fresh coat of paint. It was actually a brand new game with like new levels and everything. But it was really good. It captured the spirit of the original really, really well, I thought. Actually, I liked the remake of Castle of Illusion quite a bit. I want them to remake World of Illusion now in the same style, because World of Illusion is the one that I have the nostalgia for. That's the one that I actually played as a kid. Okay, so we just get a bunch of just passive bonuses here. Yeah, I don't know, this Aeol's Fury category here looks kind of boring. Acid Cloud. Like, it's just kind of a lot of the same stuff we can do already as an Oozemancer, just different damage types. Ooh, Mana Drain, that's kind of neat. Yeah, to be honest, these categories we start with look more interesting to me than the unlockable ones. I'll probably just put my first category point into a new inscription. Then I think I want to go hard on Mucus, because Mucus looks really fun. Oh, maybe we did do this already. No, I pulled out here. Right, I'd forgotten there's a kind of a rhythm to playing spellcasters in this game. Getting a lot of slowdown for some reason. Is there something running in the background that shouldn't be? It feels like the game's chugging a little bit more than usual. We'll close Windows Explorer, I guess, because that seems to take up resources for some reason. But yeah, basically spellcasters, yeah, essentially work like this. You hit Z, and then until you see something, and then you use your primary nuke, and then if the thing doesn't die, you panic and come up with another solution. That's basically the way spellcasters work in this game. Actually, if you're going like pure spell, like a really spellcasty type spellcaster, you'll have 2 primary nukes. So if the first one doesn't work, you use the second one. And then you panic if that one doesn't work. Most of the spellcasters who are like spellcasty enough to have 2 big low cooldown nukes, though, tend to be really, really squishy. Like if you've got 2 nukes, you're probably playing like a... Keep forgetting what the basic wizard class is called in this game. It's something weird, like arcane something or other. Arcanist? I don't know. Arcane wizard, even. Keep forgetting what they're called. The basic spellcasting class in this game. I need to get some better infusions. Kind of regret going toe-to-toe with that guy. I don't even know what my other abilities do. Okay, so this is an AoE. So he's poisoned and slowed, which means I can just slime him again. This one... Ooh, my equilibrium. Oh, mucus is the one that leaves the trail behind you. This is the one I was trying to use. You know what? Let's meditate to get that down a little bit faster, if we can. Oh, that's right, I got a bunch of sustains, so that's as low as it goes. 2% failure chance is a bit high for my liking. Let's get in close to this guy. That was less of a teleport than I was hoping for. Oh, I just killed my own slime there. It's a waste of a spell. Is this guy even vulnerable to poisons? The concept of poisoning a giant crystal just seems weird to me. Yeah, he's got 100% poison resist. What does this A1 do again? Merge with your slime, granting... Ooh, damage resistance. Yeah, I probably want to do that just every time one of my slimes pops up. Oh boy. You know, this right here is actually really dangerous, having my primary heal be based on equilibrium, because that means it has a chance to fail. Like, yeah, 2% chance to fail, that's like 1 in 50? Which doesn't sound like a lot, but the reason if I'm using the healing spell, it's because I need healing right the hell now. So yeah, have that happen 50 times, and yeah, it doesn't happen once, and then you're dead. Thankfully, we're an ogre, which makes us a little bit tankier, so hopefully it won't happen 50 times. Yeah, I need to get my equilibrium up somehow. Oh yeah, we got a level up there too. Yeah, what would be a good remake that I would want to see kind of done in the style of that Dragon's Trap remake? I think they already made a Blaster Master remake, speaking of 8-bit Metroidvanias. Or was it a remake? No, I think it was actually a brand new game, like a new sequel to Blaster Master. Came out on Steam like within the last year, I think. Last 2 years, maybe? I'm actually... Blaster Master is another one of those old school franchises that I'm very unfamiliar with. I tried to get into the NES, the original Blaster Master, a couple times, but it didn't quite take, I guess. You know, it's worth having just 1 point in that, I think. Also, I should pick like one Moss talent to be my primary one. Might even be this first one. I like the first Moss better than the second Moss. It's like a burst heal, but only if there's a bunch of enemies around. Yeah. Damage per turn, slippery. Ooh, percent chance to fail actions. That's actually really good. Causing people to fail their actions. Might want to go in on that. Confusion's alright, but not good against enemies with a high mind save. There's actually been a weirdly, like, yeah, a large number of sequels to Blaster Master that are kind of obscure. Like, I think there was one on the Sega Genesis that not a lot of people know about. I think there was one on PlayStation also. And I think there was an earlier remake or sequel that was like on all the modern-ish platforms, like PS3 era or Xbox 360 or something. From what I've heard, most of those are considered bad. But yeah, I've never actually played any of them other than the original. Man, all these talents look really cool. I don't know which one I want. Mucus. Maybe we just go into our primary nuke since we use it so much. It's kind of diminishing returns, but we use it a bunch, so. Slime v slime. Oh, you know what? I don't have a offhand Mind Star. There we go. Hey! It's been a while since we got the Blood of Life on a ToME run. It used to be I'd find that a lot more often. Like every other run, I would find the Blood of Life within like the first few hours of gameplay. I wonder if that's a rebalancing thing, if they just made it more rare. Like, it's certainly a less significant find if you're playing like normal death rules. Whereas on roguelike, it's like, holy shit, I get to live again. Maybe that's what we'll do after Fire Emblem, is we'll check out the Blaster Master franchise. That'll be the thing. I'll just like check out old school franchises that I'm not familiar with, that have been around for like 25 years. I'm surprised they haven't fixed the Alchemist side quest yet. I thought that a change to this was coming in 1.6. Just the way it works, it's like really counterintuitive, and the potions are all super unbalanced. I don't know, the Alchemist side quest has just always struck me as weird and janky, and I'm surprised they haven't redone it yet. Oh wow. So weak I can't... Oh yeah, I forgot that I'm on Nightmare difficulty, so yeah. It's not quite as easy to face tank these guys as it used to be. Did that fail? No, we got Moss. We got Moss. Yeah, it would be really handy to have a second nuke on this character. Or I guess I could start using my AoE, which apparently does even more damage than my nuke. Maybe not quite as much. Oh boy, we got the version of the forest that has these guys in it. This is the hard version of the forest. Another level up. Okay, this one increases spell save, contribution to primary stats, infusions and runes. That's it, huh? So effectively just spell save by 5? This is actually really bad. I don't think I even want this. Oh, and this is the one that lets you wield two-handers with one hand. Not really relevant here. Interesting options here. None of them are brilliant. I think I'll actually just take my silence as a prerequisite to the anti-magic shield, because I think that's going to be really good eventually. And now we got our tier 3 talents. I don't think I can afford another sustain at this point. 20% random spot on your mucus spawns an ooze. Yes, I'm going all in on that. I think this mucus thing sounds super fun. I should probably, Am I unlocking fungus? Should I? I can if you want me to. It doesn't look super good to me. Like I said, I think I would probably prefer an inscription. And then again, we don't have, like I just said, we don't have any brilliant uses for our generic points right now. So yeah, it looks to me like we'll have points to spare. In fact, if anything, this looks, yeah, passive regen. This actually looks better than any of the other generic categories we have available to us. I don't know, what do you guys think? That's certainly a viable option. And honestly, we're approaching level 10 now, and I don't even have like 2 useful infusions right now, let alone a 4th. So fatigue versus infravision. We'll take that one. I think the problem I had kind of identified with the... Hey, there's my mucus ooze. Oh, he's doing stuff too. Gnarly. Oh shit, that's a snake with a gun. I wonder if there's a fan art community out there for this game. To draw some of the ridiculous situations you find. A snake with a gun. He was probably dual-wielding pistols, too, because that's what gunslingers do. So it would be like one in his tail and one in his mouth. Oh yeah, we're jacking up the mucus slimes. Absolutely. Oops. Oh, but I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill them with my slime attack. We just have to be a bit careful, I guess. So how exactly does this work? It's a passive, right? Each turn, there's a 20% chance. Based on your cunning, so your cunning determines how many you get. Anytime you do elemental crit, the remaining time of all your mucus uses increases by 2. Okay, so we want to go a heavy crit build. And cunning affects how many we can have out as well, so so since we can only have one out at the moment, there's no point going overboard with the mucus. It's like we mucus, wait for a slime, and then after the slime disappears, then we get more mucus. Uh-oh. Ooh, that disables my healing when I'm frozen like that. Ouch. There he goes. Get him! No. Yeah, I think my mucus doesn't have very much defense, probably. I think this will get really fun once we get our cunning way up there and we can have a bunch of mucus and the spawn rate for them goes up. Yeah, that text box right there. This is a great thing. I wish that Rogue Empire had something like that. I wonder how it would have changed my overall... Ooh, movement infusion. That's actually really good. I mean, you know, it's something, which is better than nothing, which is what we have right now. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of stuck since he's in the way. Rage of Mages, I have not even heard of that one. Is that like an RPG or like a strategy game? I could see it going either way. Could even be one of those crappy, like, point-and-click adventure games, just going solely based on the name. So what does this mucus actually do other than spawn slimes for me? Acid damage creates mucus, and mucus... Poisons foes, dealing 15 nature damage for 5 turns. And I get equilibrium when I'm standing in it, so I probably want to go close range with that one. Is this guy immune to poison or something? Yeah, of course. Classic problem with poison builds and really a lot of RPGs is just, yeah, everything's immune to poison. The hell is this guy? Oh, this is like an assassin or rogue or something. Ooh. Oh, another one of these fuckers. Yeah, equilibrium's getting up there. I need like a talent to reset my equilibrium. Also, that gunslinger bear is really tough. This is going very badly for me. Movement infusion. There we go. Wait for my cooldowns to reset. Yeah, that's so bad, having my best healing talent have a chance to fail. Oh, you know what's also awful? Yeah, this nonsense right here. Pretty sure he was over there somewhere. Oh yeah, I think that guy's immobile. Yeah. And then I guess I just run away and wait for all that. Yeah. To come off cooldown. Shit. Yeah, movement infusion kind of makes a mockery out of this guy. Is there anything else I can do to speed this up? Oh yeah, I guess I got my slime spit item. There we go. Where do I even get this from? Oh, that's from my my Mind Star. I think that's actually really good ability. That's actually my second nuke that I was complaining about not having. Oh yeah, I got sidetracked from what was going on in the game. Okay, so Rage of Mages, you're talking like a top-down action RPG, like kind of Diablo-esque, at least in terms of gameplay? Oh, here, I can now find out if I was right. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like to me. From the 1999. Oh, we got another level up. Do I want my anti-magic shield? Now the thing is, if we are gonna spend our category point on the fungus here, we don't get a generic point at level 10, I'm pretty sure, so I could just save this for when we hit level 10, put the category point here, and then get the life regen at the same time. And this one... Oh, so I got like 2 types of oozes I can invest in. We can go mucus ooze or we can go bloated ooze. What is our maximum ooze with this? Oh, we can jack that up with point in there. Yeah, this talent doesn't actually scale very well. I think we're fine with 1 point for the time being. None of these actually scale particularly well. God, maybe I don't want to invest in that. Channel a melee attack. This does a lot of things, so it makes an ooze for me. And then yeah, it does damage too. That sounds pretty good. I'll take this. I'm not even sure I fully understand what it does, but we'll take it nonetheless. Ooh, is that my first pendant? Oh, it's a mind power one too. Because yeah, we got really high willpower. Yep, that is pretty good. Ooh. Heck yeah. Acid damage. That's actually a damage that we do. I actually somehow have enough strength to wield this. Lose fire resist, fire damage, mental save, mind power. Mind power is actually good for us. But it increases our healing mod and max life and life regen. Yeah, I think we want this. Damage light burst. Deals 15 light damage and lights tiles. They redid Summertide File. This is a new item, basically. It's like, yeah, completely different than it used to be. That's actually really good now. I'm going to take that. Man, I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. I wonder what other items they've redone here. Summertide File is like a really common one, too. It's like one of those ones that you tend to get on practically every run. I'm surprised they'd have changed it so drastically. Man, I wonder if they did anything to Girdle of Calm Waters, too. I did not think this through very well. This thing's gone. This one's actually kind of a nuke, so we'll put it there. We will poison him and ooze him and moss him and slime him. Slime again. This is going badly. I didn't get my mucus ooze. There we go. Level 10. Okay, we're gonna get to do the thing now. Oh, we do get a generic... No, that's the one we backed. So, okay, we get our category point. Fungus. Yeah, 96 life. 6 life regeneration. Taking us from 0.28 up to 6 life regen. So that's pretty great. Oh, never mind. We had it reduced somehow. 8 life regen. That's pretty damn good. At some point, we'll probably want to invest in Constitution to keep us from getting one-shotted. I'm not actually super excited about any of my talents right now. I might take this just because it's sustain. I could also just blindly put points into living mucus in hopes that it will eventually increase the limit of the number of mucus oozes I can have. Ooh, expanding mucus could be good for us, actually. I might want to get this up to 4 points. Ooh, this is actually a pretty good one. The damage scaling on that is halfway decent. Well, it's on a 10-turn cooldown. I don't know if 25-ish damage is good enough for a 10-turn cooldown ability. Yeah, I'm just going to put a bunch of points into this crappy talent that doesn't scale good, like an idiot. Nah, I'm not. Oh, here we go. We get more bloated oozes for putting that one down, so that seems good. Extra turns of damage resistance for this one. Oh, this is a teleport. Okay, so I think we want this just as a prerequisite to slime roots, because that one looks really, really good. Ooh, 18 equilibrium. I actually don't think we want this. Yeah, that's not worth it. I hardly ever attack anyways. Does it do anything else? Weapon damage and physical power. Yeah, we do, our attacks use mind power, I'm pretty sure, not physical power. Yeah, this one's actually a waste. I regret putting that second point into Psyblades. Yeah, 18 equilibrium is just ridiculous. We're better off just not using that. Which means that we've got extra to spare for this one. Yep. This is the forest from Chrono Trigger. I think I actually have more than one jazz arrangement of this song, weirdly enough, because there's one on the... pretty sure there's one on the Brink of Time official jazz arranged soundtrack, too. Actually, no, I think I deliberately excluded official jazz arrangements from this playlist to avoid copyright bullshit. Oh, hey, speaking of more generic points. Okay. Actually, if I can teleport next to this guy and silence him... Okay, that's not quite what I had in mind. What does this one do again? Ooh, Call of the Ooze. Yeah, right next to him. Yeah, this is a fun class. You just get to slime everything, everywhere. Okay, what do we got here? Longer regeneration. Each time you gain a beneficial effect with the regeneration subtype, you will increase its duration. So it increases the duration of your regeneration effects. I don't know if that's as good as just 30 extra life and 2 life regen. We'll take one of each. Oh, what's this? Primordial Age of the World, gaining you Ancient Instincts. Each time you receive a direct heal, you gain 2% of a turn per 100 life healed. Ooh, and also regeneration decreases equilibrium. That's actually good for us. That's the equilibrium reset that I was looking for. So yeah, we'll take that. Oh yeah, this was a level 0 category, so yeah, we can go right up to tier 3 instantly. Hey there, Telerath. Yeah, I like the music too. This is the kind of thing I tend to listen to when I'm playing, like, you know, these kind of endlessly replayable dungeon crawler type games. Actually, I used to, I used this one for Diablo too, back when we were playing that. Do I have my... Oh, I've got all 4 alchemists now. So where to next? Honestly, we don't have any super interesting new abilities to play with just yet. All of the new stuff we've gotten has mainly been passive. Oh yeah, I've got to, avoid using physical attacks now since we don't have our Psy Blades anymore. Is it just me, or is the damage on our abilities starting to fall off? I guess we're heavily into poison here. Which means, yeah, we gotta be patient with this shit. Yeah, like mucus, keep away. Oh yeah, Elona. I actually haven't played that one myself. In fact, I've not even heard of it. Is it any good? Like do you still play it regularly, or are you just kind of done with the roguelikes for now? That's the thing with ToME is a lot of what's kept ToME fresh for me all these years is mainly just that I always play on roguelike mode. I imagine I would be less keen to just keep replaying this game forever and ever if I could actually ever win a run. Because yeah, from what I've seen, a lot of the people who are like ToME super fans and play a lot of the game actually do play it on like normal death settings, so they tend to win most of the runs that they play. Like there's a Twitch streamer I see sometimes, I forget the name, who plays ToME regularly, and his sort of claim to fame is that he like wins most of the runs that he plays on the like second highest difficulty setting. And you can get to that level of skill in the game at some point, just because, yeah, you get 8 lives to finish the game with instead of the 1 that I usually get. And it seems like the game is actually better balanced around that kind of experience. A lot of the deaths that I get in this game are due to like bullshit combinations of like enemy talents, basically, off of rare monsters. I'm actually not sure that I've ever won a roguelike run of ToME before. Or I think I've done one. I think I've beaten it with Bulwark and or Berserker. But one of those was with the basic death settings. Oops. What are we gonna do here? I would love to have some kind of shield or something. Oh yeah, this guy's like a wizardy type. This would be helpful. Be quiet. Oh yeah, I forgot about my Mind Star Slime Spit too. This guy's got a lot of health. Yes, so it's, yeah, the thing that happens, it's kind of a similar situation to what I just described, where you come across the bullshit rare monster that has a ridiculous talent stack that you just can't deal with. And the thing is, yeah, that's usually what happens on roguelike death settings, is just, oh, this guy is impossible, now I'm dead. Whereas, yeah, that's the same way that you lose runs on normal death settings as well. It's just, you get 8 tries to kill the bullshit monster instead of just 1. So it's like that happens a lot of the time on roguelike difficulty, where it's like, oh, this guy was bullshit, and I barely managed to fight my way through it, kind of, if only I'd have had 2 more turns. So having extra lives helps you with those types of situations. But yeah, sometimes you do just find the monster that's gonna kill you no matter what, and then you need to escape. In fact, yeah, I see the skilled players make that decision sometimes. They'll be like, oh yeah, this guy's impossible, fuck that, and they'll just use some sort of strategy to like pull him off into a corner and run away and not have to deal with him. That's why the ToME Super Pros will, they value movement infusions so much. $30 equilibrium sustain. How do I even increase my equilibrium? It looks like it's capped at 100. Oh yeah, so it's like a Disgaea roguelike. I guess a Disgaea roguelike, the stats would go up to like 99 million instead of 2,000. Now that I've said that, I actually really like that. I really wish that Nipponichi would make a Disgaea roguelike. I think something like that could be really cool. It wouldn't even be that hard. They could reuse all the sprites like they do for all of their other games anyways. Yeah, I think I just want more passive life regen. Wow, this skill scales very poorly. Yeah, I think we just want more life regen. Okay, what do I need to do to get more of these mucus oozes out here? It says based on cunning, but I've got a decent amount of cunning already, and it's still just 1. I'm actually going to look that up before I forget. Check out Ilona. I assume this is a PC game? Like, you know, usual Steam, whatever. Actually, we'll take a quick switch over to the web browser tab here. Oh, is this not on Steam? Oh, interesting. So we need to go Google for this one. Oh, okay, so this is like another like open source type deal? A special roguelike. Well, that means that there's no Steam page or trailers or anything. So, I mean, is it open source? It could... Open source isn't the same thing as free. Like, I think ToME is technically open source. Like, you can take the code and make your own spin-off if you want to. Anyways, so I can't add it to my Steam wishlist. I need to find some way to remember this. I should probably just switch all of my web browsing over to Google Chrome. The reason I have to use Chrome for displaying it on stream is for some reason Firefox won't let me show the window on stream. So if I'm going to show off my web browser on a stream, I have to do it in Chrome. But yeah, Firefox is actually the web browser I mostly use. You know what? Additional 6 per turn is pretty good. Better equilibrium regeneration. We use this poison quite a bit too. Yeah, I don't know, all of these talents are really good and fun, but none of them seem to scale very well at all. I'll take Mucus, just because that extra turn will be handy. Oh, it's like an abandoned game. Okay. Yeah, it says it was first released in like 2003, I think it said. That's actually pretty common among roguelikes. Like, I don't think the original NetHack developers are still working on NetHack either. Like, it's a new team that's taken over the project, if I'm not mistaken about that. I actually never got into NetHack. It was a bit too complicated for my liking. Mainly just the basic controls were too complicated. Like, ToME is actually really, like, easy and super accessible to just play it at a basic level. I actually don't know if so I get 4 points of magic and 1 will versus 12% nature damage. I think I actually prefer the nature damage. Yeah, the thing with NetHack is it's one of those old school roguelikes where it's like every key on the keyboard does something. Both capital and lowercase letters. And yeah, there's like a lot of obscure functions. It's like you see it in a lot of old games where they'll have like a lot of kind of redundant functions mapped to different keys. Like, for example, I tried to play one of the old Ultima games, I think Ultima 4 or something, and there was a lot of neat stuff about it. I liked a lot of the ideas that I saw in Ultima, but to just play the game and memorize all the keyboard controls was a hassle, to the point where I just didn't stick with it. It's like in Ultima, you have different keys for walk through a door, go up a staircase, go down a staircase, go up a ladder, and go down a ladder. I could be exaggerating a little bit, but it's something like that. And all of those functions are basically the different thing, like a different thing. Like, you will never have a ladder and a door and a staircase all on the same tile. Like, all of those functions are just, yeah, go up the thing and transition to a different map. Like, you could map all of those different functions to one key. Just call it, like, enter or go through entryway, and that would work just fine. But yeah, instead, it's like 4 or 5 different commands. Yeah, like user friendliness and yeah, just usability design has come a long, long way since those days. Which is a bit of a shame, because it's not like those old games are entirely worthless. Like, they're ambitious, they have different, like, interesting ideas. Like, I think the one that I played was Quest for the Avatar. It's like a big, like, super non-linear RPG with a ton of just openness and freedom right off the bat. There's, like, no specific place you're supposed to go at the very beginning of the game. You know, once I run out of cooldowns, there's not a lot for me to do with this class. Oh boy, another gun guy. Every time the game chugs like that. Ultima is turn-based, yeah. This is really annoying when my oozes get in the way of my slime spitting. Is this guy resistant to nature or something? Nope. Maybe I do want to turn on the old Psy Blades and just melee him to death after all. Does that cost a turn to do that? Oh, it does too. Ooh, what did that? Oh, it's a rune. Oh, that's one of the new runes. Yeah, from the new patch. Activate the rune to create a shield for 6 turns, blocking several instances of the damage of the following types. 3 blight, 3 temporal, 5 light, 4 physical. That doesn't seem very good. Maybe this isn't one of the new runes, because the new runes are supposed to be good. And that one seems kind of crappy. Oh, this guy's like super resistant to poison, isn't he? Because he's a poisonous plant in the first place. That's a bit weird looking. So the thing with the Quest for the Avatar, it's like, yeah, the Ultima series, it's kind of interesting, but I've never gotten into it. Like, I don't know a lot about it, but for Quest of the Avatar is like at a point in the series story where it's like you say the hero has saved the world and everything's all peaceful, but people are like fallen into degeneracy or whatever. So they need like an exemplar, an avatar of goodness to kind of set them back on the right path. And so that's the objective of Ultima Quest for the Avatar. I think it's Ultima 4. And so your goal in that game is to become the exemplar of, like, I think it's 7 virtues to become the Avatar, which involves like a multi-step process where you need to behave in certain ways and find a dungeon and find like a stone that unlocks each dungeon or something like that. You need to collect 7 doodads, which you collect by behaving in certain ways. And so it's kind of like an elaborate puzzle to figure out what you need to do to like collect each of the virtues or whatever. You need to like talk to townspeople and get clues and stuff. Like it's right from the very beginning. It's not super obvious where you need to go. It's like almost like a old-timey adventure game where it's like half of the game is getting clues and figuring out what you're supposed to do next. And like the first virtue that you can come across is like really easy. Like I think I even figured out the way into the first dungeon, but it gets a bit trickier from there. It's like a really weird, kind of almost abstract concept that I like the idea of, even if it's not implemented super well. I think it would be great to get like a remake that just kind of improves the way that all of those ideas are implemented. The problem is that all these old school computer games have like super fans who will insist that if you change a single thing, that's dumbing it down, and you'll have a vocal contingent of people just talking shit about any changes that you make. $38 healing. This looks really bad. 22 equilibrium for that too. Yeah, that looks really bad. This shield, on the other hand, looks kind of alright, so I'll probably take that. Oh, here we go. So I probably want that teleport. Yeah, exactly. WoW Classic is a perfect example. It's like, yeah, just give it to us exactly the way it was back in the day, warts and all. And we will have a fucking freak out. That's like a massive internet freak out if you change a single thing. Yeah, I think I like this teleport. So that's a better teleport than the one we have now, so we'll put that one on Alt 2. This is a shield, so that can go on, I don't know, like Alt... What does this one even do? That summons oozes. I've got a lot of actives to contend with. Actually, we'll even put this on Alt 1, because I'm going to use this pretty frequently. Oh, is this also an inaccurate teleport? Ugh, range of 4 with an error margin of 3. I hope that improves. Well, the range improves. Okay, so the runes are all worthless. All of this stuff is all worthless. Actually, I don't have any gloves yet. Acid gloves, that's actually really good. Oh yeah, I get what you mean with the generic characters. Especially if you get like any amount of customization of your generics. I'm trying to think of examples now, but... Like, certainly Final Fantasy Tactics is the clearest example I can find. Like, your generics in that game might as well not be generics. It's like, you're never going to let one perma-die with all the investment it takes to get them up to where you want them. Oh, yeah, I've also, yeah, so for tabletop games, I'm familiar... I've heard of GURPS, but I don't know much about it. There's a guy who frequents the gaming store that I work at, is a big GURPS guy. He actually... I think he's running like Dungeon Crawl Classics or something right now. Also known as DCC, but before that I think he was running GURPS. But yeah, I've actually got very limited tabletop role-playing experience myself. I only got into D&D like last Christmas, so I've been playing D&D for like less than a year. 5th edition, obviously, because that's the one that all of the casuals are into these days. Although I've been getting into other ones, like I ran my L5R campaign that I've talked about a little bit here on stream before. Man, the damage on this slime spit is really falling off. Skybolt Zac, I haven't seen that yet, but it's funny to me how I keep getting... I don't know how people manage to keep up conversations consistently with chat on Twitch here. Like, I always fall behind because I get distracted by stuff in the game, and it's like, okay, let's scroll up to see what people were saying to me 5 minutes ago. It's a hard way to have a conversation. Although ToME being turn-based, you think it would be easier to manage it here. Yeah, that's what I heard about, because yeah, I think the first two words of GURPS is an acronym. Is it generic or generalized? The first two words of the acronym are like general and universal or something like that. And RP, I think, is role-playing system. So yeah, it's meant to be able for you to run basically anything. Oh my. Yeah, let's try out that shield. Keep forgetting that my slime spit has bouncy properties. It's not a single target. I think that's my first magic ring. Good enough. Oh yeah, I do eventually want to get heavy armor training. This is way better than the one I've got already. Oh, that sounds really cool. Actually, another universal system I've been looking into is one called Genesis with a Y. Genesis with a Y. It's made by the same company that produces the Legend of the Five Rings RPG, which yeah is one that I know pretty good. It's got a similar system for the... Oh, is that a magic ring? Ah, fuck, it's a magic ring. Can't use it. But yeah, there were some things that I didn't like about L5R's dice rolling system, and I've heard that that Genesis simplifies it a fair bit. So the other RPGs I've played, I've done... I think just 3. I've done D&D, I've done L5R, and we just started up Dark Heresy, 1st edition, a few weeks ago with my group that we had been running D&D previously. Our GM is a big Dark Heresy fan, so we've been doing that lately. That was a bit underwhelming. I'm sure that invisible guy is right next to me, so we'll just pop this here. There he is. I can't see any of these guys. Oh, there he is. He's been up there the whole time. He's just waiting for me to blow all my cooldowns, apparently. Shit. Well, we're gonna be in close like this for a while. Oh yeah, I could dream walk to get away from here. Well, that's a shame. Oh, does that thing mean that... Okay. Well, if I can't move, then yeah, we're stuck in a head-to-head fight, so we'll do it like that. I think I might just want to sit here and meditate for a little bit. Whoops, wrong button. That's actually really bad that that's on cooldown now. Whoops, shit. Yeah, that's why you rest. You don't hit 5 repeatedly to get your equilibrium back. You frickin' rest. Shit. 0% chance to fail, so this is safe. Actually, I could even just movement infusion my way out of this. Hmm. Did that get him? Hey, there we go. Wow, I can't believe that this merchant didn't get hit with something or other in that whole clusterfuck with all the AoEs I was putting down. Oh, wow. That was more damage than I was expecting to take there. Actually, can I teleport through walls with this? Hey! Yeah, I keep forgetting that I'm a squishy wizard. Like, I've got life regen, but that doesn't stop me from getting one-shotted. Weirdly enough, out of the role-playing systems I've played so far, I think Dark Heresy might be my favorite. Part of it is just the setting, too. I like 40k quite a bit, so it's fun to be able to run around in the dark future of grim darkness and warfare and what have you. So I've talked to a couple... So it's a percentile system where when you make a skill check, you roll a D100, and you're trying to roll under your stat for whatever skill it is you're checking. So if you want to shoot a thing, you roll a D100, and you want to roll less than your ballistic skill. Most of the people I've talked to about RPGs, like experienced RPG players, I find, tend to not like D100 systems. Just because it's more of a balancing thing. The stats tend to be really low. Like, usually your stats in a D100 system are like in the low 30s to 40s, which means you're failing your skill tests like 60 to 70% of the time. Which feels kind of bad. Oh yeah, that's right, we can't get into the Magic City with anti-magic character. Now, I find that kind of cool, the way that... so it's like skill tests are kind of for extreme situations, I've found in Dark Heresy. Like, whenever you make a skill test, you kind of expect to fail. And then when you do make a success, it's kind of a big deal. And it's like, whoa, that actually did work. I wasn't expecting it to. Which is kind of a neat feeling. It's kind of the opposite of D&D, where I find that success is usually the expected outcome, and failure becomes like a big nuisance. Like, it feels really bad to miss a skill check in D&D. Well, it's like, oh shit, I had such a low chance to fail. Wasn't expecting that. Now what the hell do we do? Also, the other thing too is, like, it kind of encourages creativity, I find, when you're failing skill checks a lot, where it's like, okay, that didn't work, we need to come up with 3 other ideas. Yeah, so Dark Heresy is one of several Warhammer 40,000 RPGs that was produced by Fantasy Flight. And so, like, that's the way Fantasy Flight tends to do it, is they'll get a license for a role-playing game and kind of milk it for all it's worth. Like their Star Wars system, they've actually got 3 different Star Wars RPGs. There's like one for playing as rebels, one for playing as Jedi, and one where you're like a bounty hunter smuggler type character. And they're all kind of compatible with each other, but they're designed for different types of stories. And they did the same thing with Warhammer, where there's Black Crusade, which I think is like for playing as Chaos Space Marines. And then there was Rogue, Traitor, and one other one where you're like heroes of the Imperium. But yeah, Dark Heresy is where you're a member of the Inquisition, which tend to be kind of lower power level type games, where it's like you're not a Space Marine, you're a Guardsman. So I guess to maybe explain what that is. So like Space Marines are like the big, tough badasses of the Imperium in the Warhammer setting. They have like big ass like power armor. They've got heavy bolters. They're like the finest warriors humanity has to offer. That's kind of the few, the proud kind of deal. So in the Warhammer tabletop game, if you run a Space Marine army, you've got kind of a smaller number of like really heavily armored, beefy Space Marine type guys. Whereas if you're playing Imperial Guard, it's kind of the opposite, where it's like they're just like the, you know, random mooks drafted into the Imperial militia. They got like light flak vests, cheap ass laser guns, but there's like, you know, billions of them. And so yeah, I think it's yeah, Dark Heresy is where you're playing as like a guardsman type character, not a Space Marine. Yeah, even apart from the from like the armor and the technology and stuff that they have, yeah, Space Marines are like also genetically engineered super soldiers. So yeah, if you look at the artwork, it's like, yeah, they're like, yeah, like 6 feet wide and 10 feet tall kind of deal. What the hell is this guy? Dual wielding skate beyond the flesh? I have no idea what class this guy is. Psionic? Oh, he's like a Psyblade. I don't think I have this. I don't think I have Psyblade unlocked, actually. Yeah, I need to learn how to make more efficient use of my my dots. Because yeah, the reason I keep running into trouble with my cooldowns is because this isn't really a cooldown-based class. This is a dot-based class. You like poison them and run away and leave a sticky trail behind you. Well, actually, you know what? This anti-magic shield would be brilliant to use against the enemy spellcasters here. Oh, I think that slime's actually spawned in and blocked that projectile for me. So, like, yeah, right now I think I'll just pop behind the corner and wait for him to die. Yep, there he goes. Ooh, we got a legendary pickaxe. Or rare? I don't know what the, Oh, well, we're getting a lot of, like, elemental synergies going on with our equipment here. Healing mod? Nature mod? Oh yeah, we don't need this if we're not going to the Magic City. Is this better than our other one? Doesn't look like it. So you aren't necessarily a guardsman in Dark Heresy, I should clarify. You work for the Inquisition, who are basically... Like, one way that people describe the Imperium in Warhammer 40k is like they're space Nazis, basically. And, which, you know, sounds kind of bad. It's like, why would you want to roleplay that? Why is this a setting that appeals to people? But the idea is like, you know, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. So it's like you've got like all kinds of crazy, like chaos cultists and Xenos that want to rip your face off and torture you to death and stuff. So it's like it's kind of space Nazis or, yeah, all that other stuff. But yeah, so if the Imperium are space Nazis, then the Inquisition is like the space, like SS, basically. It's, you know, the Inquisition. Or it's actually kind of more like the Spanish Inquisition, actually, where you're trying to root out heresy of all types. And so the Inquisition has in its employ like all types of different imperial citizenry. So it's like you guardsman is one of the classes you can be. You can be a sanctioned psyker. You can be just like scum. You can be like just a criminal who got drafted into the Inquisition somehow. Actually, this anti-magic shield is really good at blocking magic, it turns out. Oh, is this a sustain? Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's got a sustain cost of like 30, so I probably want to switch that off when we're not fighting spellcasters. This is actually kind of great. Like, when we're fighting enemies that are spellcasters, like, we kind of got it made. Arcane. Bullshit. This always happens. Like, you play the arcane class and you get nothing but anti-magic equipment, and then you play the anti-magic class and you get nothing but arcane equipment. That's a lot of drainage. Yeah, I think we actually want that. Yeah, we'll take it. Ooh, cooldown reset. What the fuck? Yes, obviously we want that. Yes, I should have been going towards that ages ago. I should have had, like, one fewer point in this and one more point in this, or in this. Yeah, I think I need to invest in this. Ooh, and yeah, that increases the accuracy, so we'll probably put one more point into slime roots before branching out. I think that's the last of the starting dungeons. So I guess we just go into the woods next. Unless I can find anything else to do here. One of the cool things about kind of getting into tabletop games now is seeing the way that, like, the history of like computer RPGs or like video game RPGs, particularly JRPGs, I guess, because that's the type I'm most familiar with, and kind of seeing how, like, the history of JRPGs kind of intersects with the history of tabletop RPGs. Like, you can kind of see the genre's tabletop roots once you understand the way tabletop RPGs work. So a bunch of stuff that was kind of like silly, arbitrary, gamey type stuff for me before in JRPGs kind of makes sense now. Like the way in old Final Fantasy games, where it's like you get into combat and combat is you wait your turn and then you step forward and slash your sword at the air, and that hits the enemy across the screen. Like, that always struck me as kind of weird back in the day. It's like, who invented this? Why does combat work this way? Who thought to simulate combat in this manner? And then after playing, like, if you ever play a tabletop RPG without a grid, it's like, yeah, that's exactly how it is. So yeah, it makes sense now to me why combat is this way in RPGs. It's because that's the way that you would set up combat, with paper and dice. It also kind of works in reverse now, too, where I'm seeing... It's like a lot of the time when I'm watching, like, any type of story-based entertainment, whether it's an anime or a video game, I think to myself, it's like... If you're the sort of person who tends to, like, put yourself into the situations you see in fiction, it's like, oh, I would have done it this way, or what if this thing happened? And so I continually find myself, like, you know, seeing stuff and thinking, oh, this would make for a really cool, like, RPG campaign. Wow, I feel like we've really fallen behind the power curve here. Like, I'm having way more trouble with this at this point in the game than I usually do. Okay, we want to lay the slime down so that he has to walk all the way through it. Then we want to lay down the slime trail so that he keeps... Oh boy, we got... I think that's a gunner talent that he just used there. Yep. So we'll get rid of him. This is not a good time. Turn off the side blades. That costs a turn to turn off the side blades. Yeah, the reason this is difficult is I bet you all of the... Yeah. We're in the forest, so everything has nature resistance. Oh no, this guy doesn't. We're just not doing much damage, I guess. Maybe he's got poison resistance, but he's poisoned right now. Yeah, this guy's got nothing. He's just got better numbers than I do. Ooh, I was hoping he would tick down there. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, I think we actually want to lead with our dots to get them started as quickly as possible. And then we want to finish them off with stuff like slime spit. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, new necklace. Ooh, acid, penetration, plus will. We lose mind damage and see stealth and invisible. Oh yeah, we got the Withering Orbs. Withering Orbs is not a very good artifact. The mind power is kind of nice, but yeah, we can get rid of it. Oh, that's interesting. I know less about Warhammer Fantasy and Age of Sigmar than I do about 40k. I don't know. I don't know enough about them to make this judgment, but Warhammer Fantasy always kind of struck me as too generic to really catch my interest. Bearscape. I didn't see what that other one was. I like the designs of the units, I'll say that. Like, to look at the miniatures and, like, the way all the different units and creatures look. Like, yeah, squigs and the goblins and trolls and the treants especially. If I ever played Age of Sigmar, I would probably go Sylvaneth just to field a big-ass army of tree men. Oh yeah, we can silence this guy. So I didn't realize until recently that Slaanesh was actually part of the Warhammer Fantasy setting, or it was one or the other. Like, Slaanesh wasn't in either Fantasy or 40k, and then they added him later. Or something like that. Or you know what it was? Or it might have even been something bizarre, like Slaanesh died or something, or they took him out of the fiction at some point in the story before bringing him back. I don't follow it very closely since, you know, I don't play the games or read the books or anything. I think it was something like that. I think in the big apocalypse event, like, Slaanesh died or something, and he was replaced by the Horned Rat in the Chaos Pantheon. If I do have that right, then yeah, I think people hated that, and then they changed it. I'm sure you can read the details of how I'm messing up the story Yeah, on 1D4chan, which is the wiki, kind of like a comedy wiki. Yeah, like, or I guess for a bunch of tabletop games, but mainly Warhammer 40k and fantasy. That's actually one of the things I do at work a lot of the time, is just pass the time by reading a bunch of 1D4chan. But yeah, I've still got free infusion slot. There we go, random physical effect, 12 turn cooldown. That's actually a really good wild infusion. There we go. Probably want to replace this healing at some point too. In fact, I might even replace it, not with this regeneration, because this regeneration is awful. Oh, it's tier 2, but it's not green. Yeah, we'll hold out for now. Oop, what did we get? A slightly crappier infusion. Anyways, I've been telling myself for the better part of an hour now that I'm gonna go refill my coffee and take a pee break. Oh god, so yeah, one of the things we sell at the store I work at is 40k novels, or I guess just Warhammer novels in general, both fantasy and 40k. And yeah, it is astounding just how many freaking Warhammer books there are. There's no way you could read them all. But, you know, some people apparently do, because they buy them all every time they come in. Or like they buy every new release as they come in. What is this guy? Oh yeah, he's a bulwark, obviously. Mucus trail is weird. It looks like it takes a couple turns for it to actually start. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm actually just gonna let this bear chew on my face a little bit while I do some more stuff to these guys. Hammer toss? What the fuck? Is this like a Smitedin? From friggin' Diablo 3? It's not as... It's neat. It seems to have fallen off in power a bit. Like, I'm used to being stronger at this point in the game than we are right now. Now, I don't know how much of that is just a weakness of the class, or my build, or whether it's just that I'm playing on Nightmare difficulty, which I don't, typically. Also, it's really annoying how the frickin' slimes get in the way of my slime spit. Like, if anything, you think your slimes wouldn't mind getting slime spit on? If anything, I would have expected it to heal them. But yeah, that doesn't seem to be the way it works. These rooms are always fun. With classes that have big AoE abilities. With that said, yeah. Also, yeah, my cooldowns seem to keep running out at inopportune moments, which I guess is fine because everything has got a bunch of dots on it at that point, so I can just wait for them to die on their own. I don't know, it's just frustrating to not have anything to do so much of the time. Actually, part of it could be that I'm just forgetting my other abilities that I have shunted away on Alt. Hey, there we go. Actually, I probably want that as my primary weapon. Ooh, that might even replace Serpent's Glare. We'll see. Sun Paladin. Sun Paladins are good escorts, typically. Because, yeah, their spells use positive energy, which is basically free. So, yeah, you can just get, like, a free heal or a free defense buff aura or whatever. But we're anti-magic, so that's all arcane, which means it's off limits. Hey there! I wish I had not used up my slime thing. Shut up, ants. What does this even do? Does this damage enemies that don't cast spells? 28.4 mana burn. Oh, some of these guys actually... Oh yeah, some of them spit lightning and stuff, so yeah, they do have mana. Oh god, she's getting away from me. Oh, you know what? I can see on the minimap. Yeah, the yeah, portal's way the fuck up there. I have unlocked Sun Paladin. I've played it a couple times. The problem with the light-based classes, Anorithal and Sun Paladin, is that their starting areas are really, really hard. Like, Anorithal I find to be a fun class, but I can almost never actually survive their starting area when I do play them. This is a bad time. Like, she's gonna get poisoned if I drop down my slime trails and everything, I'm pretty sure. Oh god, my talents are failing. That failed like 3 times in a row there. This guy's got to be immune to poison or something. He's taking so little damage. Oh, he's got some nature resistance, I guess. There we go. I think Sun Paladin was generally considered to be one of the weaker classes, but I always found them to be pretty good. In fact, I think one of the best runs I ever had was a Sun Paladin. Might have even taken him to the final dungeon, or at least close to it. Like, obviously, yeah, if you've seen all my runs that I've done of this game, it's pretty rare that I get anywhere close to the final dungeon, or even to the second continent. Yeah, I've had like 2 winning runs, and then like maybe 2 other runs that got to the final dungeon. So anyway, since, I can't remember, I wrote down all the classes that got revised in the newest patch. I was talking away from the microphone there, so I'll repeat that. I wrote down all of the classes that got altered in the newest patch. So yeah, Anorithal was one of them. Sun Paladin was not. Ooh, disengaged is really good. Costs stamina. Thing is, these scale on dexterity, which we don't have a lot of. Might just take the bonus willpower. Or the cunning. Oh, this was another big thing from the new patch, is you get +5 to the stats you take instead of, I think it was 2 or 3 before. So it's like, disengage is good, but +5 to one of my my most useful stats is also really good. I'm actually going to take the cunning, and we'll see if that actually gets us to increase our slime limit. There we go. We hit the magic number. 2 mucus oozes active at once. Okay, so now we can go harder on the slime-based stuff. It's slime time. Oh god, it's a buzzsaw. A swarm of flies with buzzsaws. Again, the sort of thing that deserves to be the sort of idea for a video game fight that needs to be immortalized in fan art somewhere. I really should be toggling my Psy blades on and off as needed. There we go. Yeah, I think this class is going to suddenly become fun again once we jack up our cunning high enough to start seeing a bunch of those slimes spawning in all the time. Anyways, I think this is the boss floor, so I'm going to go take my refreshment break before I forget about it again. And guys, please remind me to take that refreshment break notice down when I come back, if I don't remember it myself. Alright. Guys, I'm actually getting incredibly hungry, so I might end up calling the stream a little bit early. Not right away, but a little bit earlier than planned, just to actually have some time to grab something to eat before I go off to board game night. You know, Vasil? I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose to see how long it would take you guys. I'm glad to see that someone's on the ball today. You know, I almost could eat while playing. The thing is, the only thing I have in the house right now is ramen, and that's kind of tough to chow down on with one hand. I guess I could order a pizza. I don't want to waste the money, though. I've been eating out too often lately. Although apparently not often enough, since I'm so hungry. Actually, I've been skipping meals entirely a lot lately, more than I've been eating out. Just don't have time for it. Who has time to eat food these days? When you've got a full-time job and pretty close to full-time streaming. I stream like, what, 25? Okay, close to 30 hours a week. That was some sick poison there. Okay, now that the mucus oozes are super good, we might want to put some points into them. No, we needed to do slime roots to get the... Oh, and then an extra point to get the error margin down to 1. But it doesn't increase the range at all. Oh, this takes talents off cooldown. I didn't even notice that. Shit, we gotta be using that teleport more often. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, so, okay, so I understand a bit how this class works now. Yeah, we want to be maxing that out for sure. Yeah, so we burn all of our cooldowns, let them sit in the acid and the poison and stuff, and then when they get up on us, we teleport away and do it, resetting our cooldowns and doing it all again. Hi there. Can I do anything? Does any of my stuff break out of this? I can make a slime trail. Perfect. I guess this is a good thing to have up. What else do we do? Guess we just wait for... Oh, actually, I probably do want to purge this. Do all that, and then we get the hell out of here. What is that AoE part? Whoops. What does the AoE do? Oh, that's the margin of error, I think. There we go. So now we just wait for him to die, I guess. Oh, actually, this works too, because yeah, this guy has mana. Yeah, I'm gonna chalk it up to nightmare difficulty. The fact that enemies are taking so much longer to kill these days. Well, now I've got nothing. What does this button do? Oh, hey, call the ooze. I will call the ooze. And it actually worked. Oh, yeah, I forgot to use my generic. Okay, so I could have used this to put my talents off cooldown, too. Ooh, that's a long one. Oh yeah, Demonologist. That's the one where it's like you get the demon parts and slot them into your gear or something. I played a little bit of that one, but I never really fully understood how it works. Okay, let's give this a shot. I think I actually want to put this on A5. We'll be using this one a lot. Yeah, 50 turn cooldown, which is a bit iffy, but... Yeah, I need a better way to... So healing effects are supposed to reduce my equilibrium, but it doesn't seem to have worked there. Oh, Possessor I haven't even bothered with. Like, I think I tried it once and I could not make heads or tails of it. I'm sure it's super cool once you understand it, but yeah. Like, I think it even has a warning if you select the Possessor class. Like, hey, this is for super advanced users, and yeah, they are not kidding about that. Oh yeah, that's right, standing in the slime increases my equilibrium too, or decreases my equilibrium. Oh, and mucus is free, and that also lets me, yeah, create slime. Okay, so I should be using that more often. Yeah, there's no reason not to use mucus, like, all the time. Like, yeah, I'm standing in mucus right now. How much? That seems like that recovered my equilibrium real fast. I should do a Possessor run sometime, like multiple successive Possessor runs, just to try and figure out how the class works. Supposedly, I think the consensus among, we'll call them competitive ToME players, is that Possessor is like brokenly overpowered if you know how to use it. Damn. Actually increases, so we lose the armor. Yeah, this is just a straight improvement, like a big improvement. Could have sworn we got a new magic ring too, or maybe it was just a regular ring. Anyways, I'm gonna go grab my coffee before I forget. Yeah, so the thing with Possessor is like, okay, all the monsters in this game basically obey the same, like, rules as your characters, which, you know, obviously they have the same, like, types of stats. Like, I can look at a monster and look at its stat sheet, and yeah, it basically looks like this. All the monsters in the game have, like, all of these stats, and physical power, resistance, talents even, just like you do. Which means it's not that hard to just make them playable. It's like, yeah, you play as a monster, and that's what the Possessor class is all about. You get to, like, obtain... I don't know what to call it, like, blueprints for a creature, and then that lets you transform into that monster. And I think it makes you, like, an exact copy of them, too, right down to all of the talents that they have and everything. It's a good way to learn about the monsters in this game, too, actually. Figure out their real capabilities and such. Now, how all of that interacts with, like, the equipment you have on, and the abilities you have to let you... What is it resting? Oh, it's building the staff back up. I was confused why the rest was taking so long. Yeah, so we want to sit in the slime as much as possible to keep our equilibrium low. Oh, we got the holy version of the maze. Oh yeah, I've still got my serpent whatever too. keep forgetting to use that. What's my damage at for this now? 121, so about the same as it was before. Oh yeah, I meant to check that. Is this better than my Serpent's Glare? Armor pen, crit chance, all that stuff only matters if I'm actually hitting people with it. Yeah, I lose the nature damage and I lose the spitting attack, so this is no good. Oh yeah, I've been forgetting to do that too. At some point I want to go back to Last Hope and grab armor training. That was the wrong button, whatever. You know what? There's enough tight corners in this area. Oh. Got him just in time. But yeah, I think I want to have my blades up for this place. There, that'll be our standard double tap, is Slime Spit, Serpent's Glare. Oh, is there stuff in the suggestion box? I keep on forgetting to approve that stuff. The thing is that the actual suggestion box like interface for me to click on stuff is over on my channel, not on my dashboard. So I need to actually go to the channel. Look at pending. Okay, Wasteland 2. I mean, I'm gonna decline that ToME 1.6 suggestion. That's a stupid suggestion. I am never ever gonna play ToME 1.6. It's a garbage game. But yeah, I did decline it just to avoid clutter on the suggestion box, because I am basically always playing ToME at any given time on the stream schedule. Actually, I don't know if you've seen my big list of like games that I've played and am playing, but yeah, I've got a list of games that I'm always playing, which is just like, yeah, stuff that I play all the time, anytime I have spare time, when there's nothing big on the docket. Yeah, ToME, Azure Dreams, those are, yeah, the two perpetual games that I'm never ever finished with. So this one scales really, really well. Holy shit. Oh, I didn't get any generic points this level, though. So we definitely want to max that out. Ooh. Blindness immunity and poison and wounds. That's actually pretty good. Just for 1 point in there to just have it. So if we go to the suggestion box, like, are you logged in? There's a checkbox that says post anonymously. So like, yeah, I could post anonymously if I wanted to. So yeah, I can make an anonymous post too. Like, even though I'm logged in, I check the box and it goes anonymous. So yeah, I can just like make a suggestion and no one will ever know who put this mysterious thing in the suggestion box. Oh, did I accidentally not approve it? Maybe it was too long. Or maybe it got censored? I don't know. I think I broke the suggestion box. Actually, none of the other stuff that I just approved got put in here either. What the hell? Oh, you can see it. Okay, good. Oh, there we go. Show more. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who thinks you're a stupid head, Vasil. Some anonymous troll just stuck that in there. There's no way to tell who wrote that. I'll delete it for you. That's a very rude thing to say about my valued guests. What's the old penny arcade strip about internet anonymity? The greater internet fuckwad theory, that's what it is. It's like the instant I knew I could post anonymous messages in my own suggestion box, I knew I had to do something fuckwadish with it. Oh, this is a tentacle bro. Or is it? He's got 2 daggers, so no. Okay, so I think that's the rotation, is once they get close, we pop the mucus, pop the moss, because both of those are instants, and then we run away. Ooh boy. Spell shield. Whoa! Oh god, my teleport got stunned away. We'll use the dreamy teleport. There we go. Shit. Oh, he's got skeleton archers with him, too. Oh, my healing is down, also. This is actually a really, really bad situation here. What else do we do here? Make some slimes, too. Okay, still alive. Wow, that's a lot of equilibrium. I need to do something about that. Yeah, aren't healing talents supposed to reset my equilibrium or something? Or did I not end up taking that talent? Regeneration effects. Okay, so I really do need to find a good regeneration rune. There we go. What did I even get out of all that? Oh yeah, we can take down the spell shield. We got... So it gives you arcane stuff, but it's not arcane itself. It's also not very good, so we can ditch it. Oh, man. Getting Stralite equipment this early is really good, but we can't use it. Is the Mighty Girdle even any good for us? Armor is good. Encumbrance doesn't matter. Knockback doesn't matter. Max Life is like the only thing I actually like out of the Mighty Girdle. But this new one isn't very good either, so we'll just leave it. Oh, of course he comes in right after I've popped all my cooldowns. Ooh, brain-locked and confused. Those are two things that are not good to be. I think we need to put some distance between us and him. Oh yeah, he's just a fox though. Foxes are weak. I actually don't have a good sense for how dangerous foxes are in real life. I've never actually seen one before. Like, obviously you don't want to fight like a tiger or something in real life. But like, is an adult human male a good match for a fox? Like, if you get attacked by a fox in the woods, is he gonna rip your throat out? My understanding is that foxes are just like little scavenger dogs, basically. Like, you can just kick him and he'll run away. Oh, hey. Slime's holding things down for us over there. Oh yeah, those are poison drakes too, so I guess they must be immune to the poison. I've got nothing to do here. I guess I'll just get a bit closer. Pop the moss. Spit once he goes away. Slime again. Getting that second mucus slime actually made a big difference. Like, we've actually got a nice tanky front line now to hold off enemies for us. So I really like this this remix right here. It comes from one of my Toho jazz albums. It's called like Greenwich something or other. There's actually several really good jazz arrangements of this song, but for the life of me, I don't actually know what Toho game this comes from. Like, I don't know what the original song is that this is based off, or which Toho game it comes from. I only know it from jazz arrangements, basically. You know, I bet you the old Colosseums were probably built to resolve those kinds of questions. Which wild animals can human beings actually realistically take in a fight? Say, like, if you give them a sword, or like, yeah, can a guy with a sword kill a tiger? I imagine you'd have to be pretty good with a sword to do that. Yeah, that's probably the origins of the old school Colosseums. It's just like basically a big, like, super fight game where it's like, oh, I bet you a guy with a sword can't take a tiger. How much do you bet? And then you throw a guy with a sword in the ring with a tiger and see what happens. Or how many unarmed heathens can a tiger take in a fight? That guy tried to blink strike on me. Actually, as usual, I don't remember any of the details, but I remember reading some interesting stuff, like on Wikipedia, about like tiger hunters and such, or big game hunters in like Africa, where it's like sometimes there would be, because, you know, over in Africa, they don't necessarily have, like, militias or whatever to deal with wild animals, and wild animals are kind of a big problem, so occasionally you get the problem where it's like like a leopard or something will develop a taste for human meat and start picking off, like, children and stuff playing on the outskirts of town, so you need to get, like, a big game hunter in there to hunt them down. And like some of this is like old-timey stuff, like from the 1800s and stuff, but like some of these guys have like written books about like the way that they hunted, like, you know, hunting man-eating tigers and stuff. Like, honestly, well, obviously you want a gun, yeah, but even then, like, even if I had a gun, I wouldn't want to fight a tiger. Like, if you were to, like, to put, like, say, hey, I'll give you X amount of money to get in the Colosseum against this tiger with a gun, I would not take any amount of money, because that tiger is going to rip your throat out if you miss a single shot. Let alone, like, a fucking, yeah, hunting a tiger in the jungle where he can, like, get the drop on you or whatever. Or hell, like, leopards or jaguars and, you know, tree cats would be even worse. Just get, like, a fucking gully cat drop down on you from the trees. This is not a great situation here. We'll go movement rune to get out of this. We will spawn slimes if we can. Which button is that? That's this button. We'll absorb them to get the resistance. Why am I not taking any damage? Do I just have super high evasion or something? How many freaking gunners have we encountered on this run so far? My goodness. Let's get the hell out of here. Wow, that guy's speedy. Now, I'm actually, in fact, I'm even envisioning like a nightmare scenario. You know, even if you did hit the tiger with the bullet, depending on where you got him, like, he might just keep coming at you. If he's crazy enough. That'd be like something out of a fucking horror movie. Like, you shoot the tiger with the gun, and it hits him in the shoulder, and he just keeps coming at you. I guess you'd take out his one paw, so yeah, he would claw your face off with only the one paw and his teeth. I don't... Yeah, I've got limited sources of healing here. I picked up that regeneration rune. I forgot about it. Oh, I didn't even know about this one. Yeah, we definitely want this fucking thing. That can replace our healing, just straight up. This is our first digestive sac we've seen on this run. This is one of the most common ways for me to lose runs these days, ever since Forbidden Cults. It really is true. Forbidden Cults has made the whole game just so much harder now, because I can't resist the allure of these fucking digestive sacs. What do we want to do? Probably just want to back off. Holy shit, that slime beat the hell out of my slime. Digestive sac? Oh yeah, you said you hadn't played ToME in a while, so have you not played since the newest DLC? Oh, okay. So yeah, Forbidden Cults added a new type of special treasure chest. This is basically just a tougher version of the golden treasure chest. Yeah, so the rare monsters that spawn out of these typically have some combination of talents from two different classes at least. Usually kind of based on the classes from the new expansion as well, which are really strong. We've got Entropy, Cultist, and Writhing One, and I think another class, and they're all super strong. Borderline overpowered. Yeah, we've got a Demented, that's it. Yeah, we've got a Demented Corruptor here, which is going to be a nasty combination for us. Shields up. God, we've already got a high failure chance. Pop the regen. Oh yeah, silence will do a lot to this guy, actually. I actually really like Forbidden Cults. I think the expansions for ToME have been getting progressively better over time. I like each one more than the last. Oh shit, yeah, we just teleport away and wait for him to tick down. Yeah, that's the thing, is not only... I guess one of the reasons I like each new expansion better is that there's like... There really does seem to be power creep with the new classes in each expansion. Like Saw Butcher and Gunslinger are like two of the best classes in the game. Or at least they were until Forbidden Cults came out, and then we got Entropy Cultist and whatever it's called, the Tentacle Man. Demented, I think it is. You know what? I'm just going to put Serpent's Glare on, slot 2 for now. Shift these around a bit. I've got so many talents. I probably want to put some on Alt-Shift, actually. Yeah, we'll put Mucus on Alt-Shift 1. And actually Grasping Moss on 2, because I tend to pop those together. I'll actually throw the teleport. Or actually, no, I'll put the more uncommonly used ones. So yeah, this one's not even useful unless I've got a slime out, so we'll go that one there. Mucus we use a fair bit. Something like this. Wow, we can spit so many things out of our mouth now. Slime, poison, anti-magic. In fact, yeah, probably some of our toggled sustains, although that doesn't really free up space on the lower numbers. Yeah, this one we definitely don't use much. This one we don't use at all. Yeah, this looks good to me. Of course, now that I've done this, I'm going to be hitting the wrong keys all the time to... that's ominous. Oh, there really was nothing. Oops. So, okay, so I want to pick up the pace a bit, because I would like to get this area done with before calling it for the day. Hello. I should probably look at him before I... Oh yeah, this is like a Anorithal or something. Yeah, definitely don't want to let him get any spells off. Hey, my first ring! And it's not arcane. Ooh, I've actually got 2 rings. This was a good floor. Oh, you know what? It's pretty late now. Yeah, I'm not going to have time for supper before board game night if I... Yeah, we got 2 more floors to go. Yeah, I'm not going to have time, so we're going to have to call it here. Remind me to check out all of... Unless that's a cancellation here. It's not a cancellation. Ooh, this thing might be alright. Not really. Damn it. I'm gonna have to remember to... I don't even have time to make comparisons for... We got so much equipment here. That's actually really good. I might want that when we eventually pick up heavy armor training. Cool, so we got all that sorted out. Actually, is this the final floor? If this is the final floor, I might just do it right now. I don't think it's the final floor. Yeah, that's going to do it for me tonight. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon. I'm not sure exactly what time. I've got a I've got an L5R card game tournament tomorrow. So whenever that's done, I'll be on here playing some more ToME. And that's the plan. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.